Did you know that the earliest of Christians practiced baptisms for the dead?
It would be a good idea if you...
This practice is not only affirmed in the Bible itself, but also by early church fathers and biblical scholars. Let's start by going to the word itself. We're going to be going to 1 Corinthians. Quick context, Paul is writing to the Corinthians, and for some reason they are apostatizing in the sense that they no longer believe in the resurrection. They don't believe that we will live again through Jesus Christ. So he is making a point in this verse and chapter to suggest that there is a resurrection. Chapter 15, verse 29. Else what shall they do which are baptized for the dead? If the dead not rise at all, why are they then baptized for the dead? Paul is not only affirming that the practice is happening, but he uses it to support the idea of the resurrection. If people aren't going to live again, then why are we doing baptisms for the dead? What's the point of that? Many Christians read this verse and simply shrug it off because they don't understand it. Others simply say that he didn't really mean what he was saying, as the focus was on baptism, and he was actually correcting them, telling them not to baptize for the dead, even though nothing in the verse says anything of the like. So let's look at some proof to see that this practice was actually happening. One early source that we can use is one of the church fathers, Epiphanes of Salamis, the bishop of Cyprus. He said, "In this country, I mean Asia, and even in Galatia, their school flourished eminently, and a traditional fact concerning them has reached us, that when any of them had died without baptism, they used to baptize others in their name, lest in the resurrection they should suffer punishment as unbaptized." Another more recent example is the scholar John Stevensnes. He said, "Historical records are clear on the matter. Baptism for the dead was performed by the dominant church until forbidden by the 6th canon of the Council of Carthage in 397 AD. Some of the smaller sects, however, continued the practice." So my question would have to be this: if Jesus Christ established a church, and one of his apostles, Paul, and the earliest of saints talked about, affirmed the existence of, and even practiced baptisms for the dead, why would later church fathers, hundreds of years later, feel a need to forbid it? And if they did, are they forbidding something that's true? Our take as members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is that we have the Lord's restored gospel back on the earth. That's everything that he established. We do perform baptisms for the dead, or baptisms by proxy, for those that did not have the opportunity while they were on the earth. I can get into more details of how this works in another video, but if your church does not have baptisms for the dead, can you say that it is truly following the original true gospel of Jesus Christ?